President of the United States, U.S., Donald Trump agreed with the proposal of British Prime Minister Boris Johnson to replace the Iranian nuclear deal with his version. On Tuesday, Johnson did call for Trump to replace Iran's nuclear agreement, known as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, JCPOA, with his own new pact. That was to ensure Iran did not obtain atomic weapons. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has stated we must replace the nuclear Iran agreement with the Trump agreement. I agree. Trump said through his personal Twitter account on Wednesday, 1:15. If we are going to get rid of it, the Iran nuclear agreement, then we need a replacement. Let's replace it with the Trump agreement, Johnson told BBC Breakfast. Johnson revealed in Trump's view that the JCPOA was a flawed agreement. Plus it was negotiated by former U.S. President Barack Obama. Let's replace JCPOA with Trump's agreement. That's what we need to see. President Trump is a great deal maker. Let's work together to replace JCPOA and get Trump's agreement instead, Johnson said. Nevertheless, British Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab said his country and Europe remained committed to the JCPOA. We are triggering DRM, dispute resolution mechanism, to strengthen diplomatic channels, not leave them, he said. JCPOA began to falter after Trump withdrew the U.S. from the agreement in May 2018. He considered JCPOA flawed because it did not regulate the ballistic missile program and Iran's role in regional conflicts. Trump then re-implements layered economic sanctions against Iran. The sanctions target various sectors, ranging from energy to finance. Since then, Iran has pressured Europe to protect its trade from U.S. sanctions. If that fails, Tehran threatens to abandon commitments in the JCPOA. But Iran is not just threatening. They gradually suspended their commitments in the JCPOA. It began with enriching uranium to more than 4.5% in July last year. This clearly violates the JCPOA because Iran is only allowed to enrich at the level of 3.67%. Overall, Iran has taken 4 steps back from the nuclear agreement. The last step took place on November 4. At that time, Iranian experts began introducing uranium hexafluoride gas into the centrifugal enrichment of mothball at the Fordo underground plant south of Tehran. At present, relations between Iran and the U.S. are still heating up following the death of the Quds commander Major General Soleimani. Iran had said it would no longer be bound by the JCPOA. On Tuesday, 14/1, Britain, France and Germany officially accused Iran of violating the JCPOA. This step could make the UN reimpose sanctions on Iran. Last week the White House, Trump issued an executive order to add new sanctions against Iran. The U.S. has imposed various sanctions on Iran to force Iran to accept a new agreement that would limit their nuclear program and no longer support militia groups throughout the Middle East.